Just across the glittering Adriatic Sea from the old walls of Dubrovnik lies a small island wrapped in beauty, and in legend. Lokrum, a lush paradise of pine trees, exotic plants, and hidden coves. To the casual traveler, it looks like a perfect escape. But behind the postcard views, Lokrum carries a chilling reputation. Locals call it the Cursed Island. A place where history, tragedy, and superstition collide. Today, we dive deep into the strange and mysterious past of Lokrum, and why so many believe it's haunted by a curse that has lasted for centuries. The story of Lokrum's curse begins in the Middle Ages. In 1023, a Benedictine monastery was founded here. The monks lived in silence, prayer, and solitude, but as the centuries passed, the island grew desirable to Dubrovnik's noble families. By the 15th century, powerful citizens began to covet the land, pushing to evict the monks. And that's where the curse was born. Legend says that on the very night the Benedictines were forced to leave, they held a dark ritual. Dressed in hooded robes, they marched around the island in a solemn procession. Each monk carried a candle turned upside down, letting the wax drip across the ground. With every step, they chanted a terrible curse: "Woe to anyone who dares to claim Lokrum for personal pleasure." When the last candle burned out, the monks vanished into the night. The next morning, they were gone, but the curse remained. Centuries later, the curse came for an emperor. In the early 19th century, after the fall of the Republic of Dubrovnik, Lokrum passed into the hands of the Austrian Habsburgs. Archduke Maximilian of Habsburg, brother of Emperor Franz Joseph, fell in love with the island's beauty. He bought Lokrum, landscaped its gardens, and built a lavish summer residence. But fate had other plans. Maximilian would leave Europe for Mexico, where he was crowned emperor. Only 3 years later, in 1867, he was captured and executed by firing squad. His wife, Empress Charlotte, also fell victim to tragedy. After Maximilian's death, she suffered a complete mental breakdown, spending the rest of her life in madness. Locals whispered, "It is the curse of Lokrum." Even Franz Joseph himself, who visited the island, suffered losses. His only son, Crown Prince Rudolf, died in the infamous Mayerling incident. Another relative, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, whose assassination sparked World War I, also walked Lokrum's paths. For superstitious Dubrovnikers, this was no coincidence. The curse was claiming the mighty Habsburg dynasty one by one. And the Habsburgs were not the only ones. Over the centuries, others who sought to claim Lokrum met with disaster. One governor of Dubrovnik, who planned to build his private villa there, drowned mysteriously before construction began. Another wealthy nobleman purchased part of the island, only to lose his fortune overnight. Even in modern times, stories persist. Locals warn visitors not to stay overnight. Strange accidents, sudden illness, unexplained deaths all have been linked, in whispers, to the curse of Lokrum. The island seems to welcome visitors by day, but when darkness falls, it belongs to other forces. At the heart of these legends lies the Benedictine monastery. Today, its stone walls stand in ruins, ivy crawling over arches, shadows filling its empty halls. Many claim the spirits of the monks never left. Tourists report cold spots, sudden chills, and the feeling of being watched. Some say they've heard the distant echo of chanting, or seen robed figures gliding silently through the cloisters. Guides often joke that if you hear footsteps behind you on Lokrum, don't turn around. Despite its dark legends, Lokrum today is a nature reserve, a peaceful retreat just a short ferry ride from Dubrovnik. Visitors can explore botanical gardens planted with exotic species, swim in the saltwater Dead Sea, and wander through centuries of history. Peacocks strut across the paths, adding an almost surreal charm to the island. But the curse is never far away. Ask the locals, and many will still tell you, it's fine to visit Lokrum, but never spend the night. After sunset, the island belongs to shadows. So, is Lokrum truly cursed? Or are these tales simply stories woven from coincidence, tragedy, and superstition? The answer may never be known. But one thing is certain, this little island, lying in the blue waters of the Adriatic, carries with it an aura of mystery that refuses to fade. Lokrum is a place of beauty and legend, a paradise with a dark secret. Would you dare to visit the cursed island of Lokrum?